Hey guys! Okay, I know it's been a while since I've posted, and it's been holidays, so you probably expected me to be able to actually post, but I didn't realize how busy I was going to be, and I'm very sorry that I haven't posted in a long time now. But luckily I found the time today. Anyway, couple things you might know about the fact that I was busy was the fact that I went to my grandma's house a couple times, which was fun and beautiful, and I got to see my cousins first time round when it came to the Easter because that's what we do on the Easter day. We would go to our grandma's house, see our cousins up there as well, and would have a bit of an Easter hunt with the chocolates and the chocolate bunnies and all that stuff. In fact, wait a second. I actually have a chocolate bunny that I found that actually I don't want, but I'm planning on giving to one of my friends at school once I get there. Just wait a second. Boom. This is the bunny that I got given by my aunt and cousins because, well, they're just the best and they always have spare chocolates at times. So I got this really cute dairy milk bunny. But it is huge to me, and every time it's Easter, I don't know why, but I tend to go off chocolate a bit at certain times during the holidays. Luckily for me, though, I plan to have some Nutella on toast after I make this, and then I hopefully will just go on with my day with the plans I have. On with the video. Hair. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Like I said, I got a haircut. Now, I've had a lot of haircuts in the past, and some of them, well, I think it was only one of them or two of them that didn't come out great, that I liked at the time, but now when I look back at it, I look at myself and I'm like, what the fuck? Why did you want that? Um, so yeah. First one, probably the worst one I ever had. First one I'm going to mention is the one I got when I was about 9 or 10. I got a bob. Just letting that sink in. Yes, I got a bob. I got a fucking bob. It was short, it curled in, it made me look like I was fucking Edna from The Incredibles. Literally, thanks to the glasses as well. Oh my god, Edna Maud. Just that. That's what it looked like. It was not the best time. Like, at the time I thought I liked it, but then over time, and finally when I had it at some point, I was like, I looked in the mirror and I was like, okay, I need help. Help. Undo this. This is a freaking mistake. But life does not let you do a little backspace on the head if you make a mistake. So I had to live through that for a little while before it finally grew out. But my hair, like my nails, actually grows a little like faster than most. So I easily outgrew it in about a year. Um, the next haircut I got wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as the frickin' bob. Um, the next one I had, the next drastic one I probably had, because mostly over time I would just get trims at times and it wouldn't even be up here, it'd be down there. I literally had hair out, sorry, that went to about halfway down my back. Yeah, think of this hair, but even longer. I literally had way more hair than I had this when I was like 12 than when I have it like this at the age of 17, turning 18 in October, and it has changed drastically over the years. But when I did have the long hair, I had a few things done to it that was kind of cool at the time. First one that I really liked was when I tried, this was kind of a fail, but I tried to have my fringe colored. My fringe wasn't like this at the time. It was sort of like, it's kind of hard to make it, but it was sort of like that, but straight, and sort of like Mitchie's from, her name is Mitchie, from Camp Rock. But just making sure you heard Mitchie and not Bitchy. Anyway, I tried to have it dyed blue. It was a color I liked. It was the type of blue that I liked. But thanks to it being dark blue, you could hardly notice it. It was only noticeable in the light where you would see a bit of a reflection of blue coming through. But obviously over the years, the blue came out from showers and baths and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the failed experiment of trying to dye my hair. The next experiment that did work, though, was when I had a blonde streak. It was quite nice and really cool, especially the fact that I had it with my somewhat long / short hair. There was a time when I wanted it cut, and it was around the same size of what my bob was, but straight, so it went around my shoulders, about there, I'd say. And I had a blonde streak come from like a front bit of my hair. It's really hard to find, that isn't my fringe. But it was like it went down, and when I first got it, it was amazing, and it was kind of funny because it was on the last day of school for one of the terms, or even the whole year. And no, it was term 3. And I loved it, and my friends loved it. But then over the holidays, whenever I'd brush it and sort of move it around, like put it in a ponytail or whatever, the blonde sort of moved around my head, and it sort of became tiny streaks of blonde that, as time went on, became more and more subtle, as it for one thing wasn't rooted in the skin bit where the hair comes out. So it kind of grew out to a point where there was no more blonde when I ended up having it like trimmed and all that stuff. All the trims and cuts had the blonde, poof, just gone. And finally, the last one, the one that led to this type of hair. Short, that's what I mean. Because obviously I had the one that I mentioned before, but before this it was short as well. Maybe just a little bit less short, because for one thing, I love the hair at the back. And the sides as well was a bit different because I didn't have the shaved side look, which I love. Which now I realize is even more like Dan Howell. And, well, it's like I have half of Dan Howell's now hair and before hair. When he had straight hair, because I don't have curly hair, it's straight, and I have the fringe, but I do have the shaved sides that he does have now, the shaved sides that he has now. So that's funny. Anyway, the last one is a bit different because it was specially done to help out a couple of I think I probably mentioned this in a video once, but I had my hair cut for a couple of foundations, one being Start Foundation and the other one being like for Cancer Council. So for Start Foundation, I raised money by letting people know on Facebook that I was going to cut my hair to give to Cancer Council. But at first I wanted to raise money, especially for a couple of friends that I know who are amputees, which is what Start Foundation is about. Start Foundation is basically about helping out amputees get the equipment that they need to help them go through daily life. And I wanted to do something for it since at the time I had a friend, and I still have them around to this day, so I'm really lucky to have them with me. Not with me right now, but still around. I won't say her name for privacy reasons, but she was a really close family friend, and when I found out that she had cancer in her leg at first, she ended up having to have her leg amputated. And, you know, everyone doesn't like it when they find out that someone close to them has an issue that could be deadly. It wasn't a fun time. I definitely didn't like it that much because I always feared losing her. But over time, I found out even if she ends up having a shorter life, she will still have a good life because, well, she's surrounded by all the people that love her. And, you know, I can't wait to see her again someday. See her again someday soon so that I can have some more fun with her and then see her again up there. That's kind of a bit too deep and kind of wrong. Sorry about that. Anyway, I had my hair cut. On the day I had my hair cut, we took some photos, and even my mum took a video of me as I was getting these ponytails that we put in cut off so that they could be all the bits of hair could be together so that it could then be put in plastic bags and shipped off to, well, not shipped, just given to a cancer council place where they will then put it into a wig so that for people with cancer can have a little thing on, have a wig on their hair, on their head, so that they can go with life without people being so stupid by pointing and just being stupid, because a lot of people are weirded out by people who are bald, which isn't right, because, I mean, just because people thought people were intended to have hair, the people who don't sometimes have to deal with a lot of scrutiny and just sheer dumbness, because people can just be stupid enough to think that they're normal for having certain things that other people can't. And that's wrong. So it's just another way to help those who are already struggling to get better in a time where they don't have to deal with any pointing, laughing, stupidity, any of all that. And then my hair became short, and I loved it. And so I wanted to keep it like that. Not just because I loved it, but also I wanted to make a point. A point that a different point that anyone can have any sort of hair. Girls can have short hair even though I'm not a girl, agender, but I am biologically a girl. So obviously letting people know that girls can have really short hair, boys can have long hair. We don't need a judge. Unless those boys are in rock bands, and in case my mum will judge them harshly, and I just will step back because seriously, my mum is allowed to judge anyone who is in a rock band, is a boy and is in a rock band or something like that, and has hugely long hair. Because, I mean, she's my mum. She's allowed to do certain things. So, yeah. For one thing, if I've ever tried to do anything like, okay, maybe you might not want to do that, my mum will just be like, no. So, yeah. So I know this video might be kind of long, sorry about that, and I'm very sorry if it was kind of awkward at times because, like I've mentioned, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but my editing is not the best. This is literally on camera, on the camera app on my computer, just paused at times, and then the rest of it being unedited. So I hope you liked the video, and I hope that some people out there, if they've ever felt awkward or anything about cutting their hair short and they really wanted to, you can do that. No one's stopping you. Just live your life the way you want to, and don't let anyone tell you who you're supposed to be. You're beautiful, and everyone is in their own way. Like I like to do with my friend, I will end this video with finger hearts. Bye.